Will you have to go to a hearing to get disability benefits? If you're applying or even just thinking about applying, that's probably one of the first questions that comes to mind. And the answer isn't as straightforward as you'd think. My name is Maria Bermudez, and I'm a disability attorney for over 17 years in the area of Social Security disability and long-term disability benefits under private policies. Am I going to have to go in front of a judge in order to get approved? So let's break it down into 3 things that you should know on this topic. First, not every case goes to a hearing, but many do. There are 5 main stages in the Social Security disability application process. Stage 1 is the initial application. Stage 2, reconsideration. 3, administrative law judge hearing. 4, appeals counsel. And 5, federal court. The only stage where you actually attend a hearing is the 3rd one, after both your initial application and your reconsideration request have been denied. That said, a large percentage of claimants do end up there at the administrative law judge hearing stage. Here's how it usually plays out. If your initial application is denied, and most are, you can request what's called a reconsideration. Those are often denied as well. And if that happens, the next step is to request a hearing with an administrative law judge. While not every single case makes it that far, most people who keep going after the second denial do end up at this stage. It's one of the most common parts of the disability process. In fact, hundreds of thousands of people across the country attend Social Security disability hearings each year. So while it might feel overwhelming, the numbers show you're definitely not alone. Second, why do so many cases get denied before the hearing stage requiring a hearing? A lot of people wonder this. Why do they get denied? Why not just approved at the initial application or reconsideration levels? Well, here are some of the most common reasons claims get denied at the initial and recon levels. Social Security might not have all your records. They do requests, but if your doctors don't respond or delays happen, the Social Security might not get the full picture and deny your case. This is especially problematic when things like MRIs or other imaging are missing. Second, some people get denied for technical reasons. This can happen if you don't have enough work credits or if you're earning more than the monthly limit. That means you'll get a denial, and this is called a technical denial. And that depends on the specific benefit that you're going for, whether it's SSD or SSI, that's a factor as well. Third, lack of clear evidence showing your condition is severe. For example, if you say you can't walk, but your records say your walking is completely normal, then Social Security might find that your claim is simply not supported and deny your case. This is especially true if you don't have testing, like objective abnormalities, say like an MRI that shows bulges or herniations or something, if that's what you're claiming is the problem. The other thing is, if your condition quickly improves and doesn't last 12 months, Social Security might find that you don't meet the duration requirement. Finally, Social Security might say you can still work. Even if you can't do your past work, if you're over 50 years old, Social Security might find that you can make an adjustment to other work. It depends on the specific person, but this often applies to people who are under 50 years old, and they have more strict definition of disability in those cases. Finally, sometimes things are just complex. Your history might be complex and they need a judge to sort it out. This happens sometimes with what we call like invisible illnesses or illnesses that cross over physical and mental. In those situations, a judge might have to be the one because they have judicial discretion. That's why this stage is so important. It allows for deeper, more meaningful review of your case. And in many cases, that makes all the difference. So what should you expect at the hearing? At this stage, your case is assigned to an administrative law judge. We also call it an ALJ for short. They'll review your entire file and you'll attend a hearing, usually by phone or video, and give sworn testimony about your conditions, symptoms, and how they affect your daily life and ability to work. The judge will ask you questions. Your attorney, if you have one, may ask some questions too. And in many situations, there's a vocational expert that's present that will also testify about the kind of work that you used to do and about jobs that might exist that you may still be able to do, even with limitations. The purpose of the hearing is to help the judge make findings using Social Security's 5-step sequential evaluation process, which looks like Whether you're working, whether you have severe conditions, whether you meet Social Security's listing of impairments, whether you can do your past work, whether there's other work you might be able to do based on your age, your education, and your work experience. This is not a trial, but it is serious, and what you say matters. Being prepared for your hearing means more than just showing up. It means making sure that your medical records are in the file and you understand how to explain your limitations clearly and honestly. Knowing what types of questions to expect and how to describe your daily challenges can help you feel more confident and supported in the hearing process. And working with a disability attorney can make a big difference, not just during the hearing itself, but in how your case is built and presented. So, will you need a hearing? It really depends on your situation, your medical evidence, your age, your work history, your impairments, and how the process unfolds. If you'd like support or have questions about your case, we offer free complimentary evaluations to help you understand where you stand and what your next steps might be. If this video was helpful, check out our full-length guide, 3 Tips for Better Communication with Social Security, where we walk you through practical steps to explain your limitations in a way that's clear and effective. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one.